Hey, what's up, guys? Here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we got is hot. We're gonna be going over. We're gonna be on to another show yet again. We were supposed to have a show on Friday, but we couldn't get it done. So coming to you Saturday night. Currently watching the Lakers versus the Knicks. What a game! 91-89 going into the fourth quarter. But we're gonna be going over on my podcast two segments. The first segment is gonna be the NBA All Star starters slash reserves, my reactions towards that, and if we could have brought in a couple nuance players like LaMelo, maybe Trey Young. We'll be going over some snubs from the East and the West that maybe I thought could have been in there besides other players. And then lastly, we'll be going over just the NBA rankings and see where we're at right now. And if my tiers from about a month and a half ago would change for right now. So let's get right into it. So first up here on the podcast, we're going to be going over just recapping what the NBA starters and slash reserves are. So first up in the Eastern Conference, we got Giannis. He's averaging 32 points a game, almost 6 assists and 12 rebounds. Man's playing out of his mind. Donovan Mitchell is a starter for the East, 24 points a game, 4.7 rebounds, assists, and 4.3 rebounds. Guy's playing great. He's having actually a lower production than he did last year, but his team is tied for the best record in the NBA, and they've been playing absolutely phenomenal. So I think this is a good matchup. I think this is a good pick. Carl Anthony Towns has been playing great. You got two Knicks starters in the All Star starters. It's been the first time I think in their history that they've had two Knicks starters. Carl Anthony Towns averaging 24.6 points a game, 3.4 assists, and 13.7 rebounds, as well as Jalen Brunson, 25.9 points a game, 7.5 assists, and 2.9 rebounds. And then you got Jason Tatum, who and the Celtics are having like a calm second behind in the East, behind the Cavs, who are averaging 26.7, 5.5 assists a game, and 8.9 rebounds. Man's playing really well as well. Then you have the reserves where we have Jalen Brown. I mean, Jalen Brown's been playing great for the Celtics. You got Darius Garland. Happy to see him on there. He finally got some recognition. Man's been playing great as a point guard, really taking the point guard role. Evan Mobley, absolutely fantastic. Is really coming to his own since Donovan got there. Tyler Hero has been playing out of his mind for Miami. Obviously, we all know the Jimmy Butler situation, but Tyler Hero has been playing out of his mind. He's averaging 24 points a game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Man's been playing a beast. Just a monster. Pascal Siakam, not really a lot of people were talking about him. He's about 20.5 points a game. Kate Cunningham, I thought was great to be on this list. And Dame Dollar, I told you guys that Dame was going to get down there. And he did. Kenny Atkinson, the coach for the uh, Cavs, he'll be on as the head coach for the East. So now we look at the West. You have Steph Curry. I think it's great. You got to keep him in there. I mean, everyone loves him. He's the best shooter God has ever created. Kevin Durant, LeBron James. I mean, the three-headed monsters you got to have in the All-Star game, as especially as the starters. There might be a slight dip when it came to Kevin Durant. I probably have Kevin Durant not starting. You guys might think I'm crazy, but I think there's another player that's deserving a little bit more. Now, Nikola Jokic, I mean, this guy's averaging 29.5 points a game, 10 assists, and 12.8 rebounds. It's absolutely ridiculous. Reserves, Anthony Edwards, think he's deserving. Anthony Davis has been playing monsterly. James Harden has been unlocked a good mode with the Clippers, coming back to not prime James Harden, but I mean, we've been seeing a lot more step backs lately, so it's been pretty good to see. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Grizzlies, I mean, they've been playing phenomenal. Jalen Williams, dude, this guy is absolutely a beast on the glass in general. Jalen Williams is playing great for the Thunder. Sangoon, I'm happy to see him here. Rockets big man has been playing a beast. It reminds me a little bit of Jokic. They call him Baby Jokic, actually. So Reminds me a little bit of Jokic. And then Victor Wembanyama, I mean, I don't know how you can't put him in here. He's averaging 24.6 points a game, 3.7 assists, and 10.9 rebounds. You have Mark D'Angelo as the head coach. So now, guys, the snubs for this year's All-Stars were absolutely pretty big. I mean, you had notable mentions of LaMelo Ball, Luka Doncic, and Franz Wagner. The only reason why Luka wasn't in the All-Star game is because he's been injured. LaMelo Ball was injured, but man, this guy's averaging over 30 points a game. I think LaMelo probably should have been at least a reserve. I mean, if you don't want to put him as a starter, that's your problem. But for a reserve role, I think he deserved it mightily. I think he's been playing absolutely phenomenal. So I think they kind of messed up LaMelo with this one. I think this year was great to see him. He was playing phenomenal. So Franz Wagner, he's been hurt, similar to Paulo Banchero. And that's probably why he wasn't even a kind of a. I didn't really put him in there because he was playing great, but then he got hurt and he really has been a little inconsistent. So I'd probably go with the role of LaMelo. Definitely out of these three that I just said, definitely deserved. Who would I take out? That's a great question. For the East, I probably would take out Pascal Siakam. If I'm being honest, I'd take out Pascal Siakam and put LaMelo Ball in that situation. But I think that would have been the best bet. But I get it because their team was absolutely atrocious. The Hornets are absolutely ass as a record wise, and LaMelo's like the only guy there basically. So I get it. Why they put Pascal. Pacers got a little bit of a better record and all that crap, but still, I think that's kind of dumb. I like the way that they usually go with the fact that um I just think that you if you're gonna go with the best player, I think you got to go with LaMelo Ball over Pascal Siakam, just because it's just not. I think it's just not fair. I mean, you have a guy that's on a shitty team that's playing phenomenal basketball, and you reward somebody that yeah they're playing good, but they're not having 30 points a game. Pascal's only averaging 20 a game. If you're new here to the live, don't forget to share, like, comment, as well as drop a follow if you can do so. So yeah, that would be probably the player I would take out for the East would be Pascal Siakam and input LaMelo Ball. I think that was a big snub that a lot of people went unnoticed. A lot of people noticed that was it. Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers. Yeah, I mean he made it last year. He went to the Olympics. I really don't think he deserves to be in it. So I'm cool with the I'm cool with just letting it go. Bless, you mean Kansas City, I would assume. Um if that's the case for the Super Bowl, yes. I'm gonna be doing my picks this coming week for the Super Bowl, but yes, I'm going with Kansas City. Now for the Western Conference, Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving averaging 24 points, 5 assists while knocking down over 50% of his twos and 40% of his threes. I think he probably should be involved in this All-Star game for the West. Um, can you take somebody out? I don't know. I mean, for the West to implement Kyrie, I mean, I don't think there's a spot, man. I would say maybe Jalen Williams, but he's been playing great, and he's on the tie for the best team in the West in the entire NBA. So, I think you keep that. I'm sadly say Kyrie doesn't make the cut for me. Then you have Trae Young. I think Trae Young here for the East also could have been in it like LaMelo Ball, but I think LaMelo Ball would have been a little bit better. Sabonis, I'm not really so crazy about. I I, I mean, I think the West was more put together. I think the East, they left out one key guy, and I think that was LaMelo Ball. And personally, I would have put him in there. But again, there's a lot of Then there's Tyrese Maxey. He's been playing great for the 76ers. Their team's been eh. So there's been a lot of players that like could have made it that didn't make the cut. I think definitely LaMelo Ball should have definitely got in at least a reserve role for the All-Star game. For a guy averaging 31 points a game basically is absolutely ridiculous. And then last but not least, it's going to be a quick show today. Nothing big because it's a Saturday. Co-host not here. It's 10:38. Not really a lot to talk about. We'll have more on Recap Monday about a lot of the basketball games coming on right now, some of the standings. But before we let you guys go, we're going to be going over some of the standings here for the NBA. So I'm going to present my screen here for the YouTube. Let you guys know what are some of the standings. So right now we have the Cavs, obviously 39-9, playing absurdly great basketball. Celtics 34-15, Knicks 32-16. So right there, ladies and gentlemen, that's my tier one. LeBron James is just absolutely ridiculous, guys. He's just a beast. Cavaliers, Celtics, Knicks, those are my top tier one. Pacers, Bucks, Pistons, I would say tier two. Heat, Magic, Hawks, tier three. I'll go Bulls, 76ers, Raptors, tier 4, and Nets, Hornets, Wizards, tier 5. That's how I roll it up. I'm gonna go on a limb here. I think the Pistons get a little bit. I think the Pistons maybe get a stay at their spot. I think the Bucks get to the 4th seed. And I think everything like that. I think everything stays put. That's for the East. I mean the Wizards. They're really atrocious, man. They only got 6 wins in the season. Hornets are not really far behind. They got 12. Nets got 15. But the Nets are tricky, man. They're a little scary, bro. They'll come out and beat you out of nowhere. It's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of nuts. Sometimes messed up my picks a couple times because I'm like, yo, the Nets ain't winning this game, and then they decide to win this game. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then the Raptors, same thing. 76ers, they play tough. They got Tyrese Maxey, they got Paul George, they got Joel Embiid. So, the Bulls, they're streaky. Really, kind of depends on what the day is. We'll see at the deadline if some of these guys, big guys, names move. Hawks, I just think that they just don't have enough. It's just Trae Young. Magic, I just think that they had a bad case of injuries. I think that just the Magic haven't had Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner fully healthy for this season. So the Heat, we all know the fiasco with Jimmy Butler. And then I think from 6-1, I think every other team is on good standings, pretty much. Pistons, Bucks, Pacers, Knicks, Celtics, Cavs. Now, Western Conference, we got the Thunder, 37-9, Rockets, 32-15, Grizzlies, 32-16. I'd probably go, those 3 are my tier 1. My tier 2 would be, obviously, I would go with the Nuggets, I would go with the Lakers, and I'll go with the Clippers. So that's my tier 2. And then tier 3, I'll go Timberwolves, Suns, Mavericks. Tier 4, I'll go Kings, Warriors, Spurs. And tier 5 will be Trailblazers, Pelicans, Jazz. Now, Jazz are tricky, dude. They just beat the Magic by 14 today. Pelicans, they lost DeJounte Murray for the end of the year with the torn Achilles. I think that's going to be a big problem. Zion's never healthy. It's absolutely ridiculous. Trailblazers, dude, Trailblazers are a tricky team, man. They out of nowhere just beat the crap out of some good-ass team, and you would never see it coming. Spurs are always going to be a threat with Victor Wembanyama. Warriors, I mean, you can never count out Steph Curry, but damn, dude, the Warriors just don't look like they got it. They started out so hot, and, dude, they've won maybe like 10 games since then. It's 8 games since that whole big crazy run of being 16-2. It's absolutely ridiculous. Kings, they got that duel of Sabonis and Fox. We'll see if Fox gets moved at the deadline. That's according to the according to the Kings. That could be a possibility. I don't know why. Mavericks, Luka's still not healthy. If he gets him back, they'll be in it. They'll be fine. Suns, we'll see what they're going to make at the deadline. They want to get Jimmy Butler. We'll see if that even works, or if that even helps their team. So I don't know how that's going to pan out. Really don't. Suns and all that crap are kind of stupid. So, um, I don't know how that's going to be. That's going to be a little crazy. Timberwolves, though, I think Anthony Edwards, as long as he stays put as long as he stays going strong, he'll be fine. Clippers, James Harden and Kawhi Leonard are playing great together. Lakers, I mean, they're just demolishing the Knicks right now. They're kicking ass right now. LeBron James is just uh, God, bro. He's ridiculous. I don't understand how a 40-year-old is getting better and better as the season goes on. It's absolutely ridiculous. The Nuggets, they got Jokic, they got Murray. They're gonna be there. Grizzlies, Rockets, Thunder, three teams. Two of those teams very surprised me on how well they've been. So I was very surprised on it. So I would say the Thunder, not really. I knew they were going to be back at the number one spot, most likely. Rockets, was not expecting 32-15, second in the West. That definitely. Grizzlies, though, I expected them to be back, especially if John Morant stayed, quote unquote, good. Yankee, 1-2-3. What's up, my guy? Yeah, rough night today. I mean, college basketball wasn't that bad. I think if everything went well, I think I had 3 games left. I could become 11-5 in my picks for college basketball. NHL, not didn't look at it. I think I was like 4-2 going into an hour ago. And then the NBA, same thing. So, I mean, obviously, the whole point of it is to get them all right. But even if you don't get some of them all right, at least you get certain ones correct. So, I'll take a winning record any day of the week. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, the standings are pretty much simple. We're almost at the All-Star break, and then we'll be really putting into high gear where it's happening. But I really like the way my Lakers have been playing, man. It's great to see them back. And this was without Anthony Davis for the last couple games, so we're playing pretty well. I'll take the way we've been playing, especially for the way we've been bouncing the playoffs with the Nuggets the last couple years. So I like the way we've been playing, and the way we were last year at this time was not it. So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow. Can't wait. I haven't looked at the picks yet, but can't wait. Any picks for any late college games tonight? I didn't really notice there was any college. I already put my top 25 picks in. But let me check. Yeah, the only last game is the Kentucky Arkansas game. Hunhanjo. I just hope they keep Bronny on the bench though. There's no need to put him out there. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it's too of a close game. There's still about 5 minutes left. They ain't gonna put him on. Too much of a close game unless it gets to like a blowout. But again, the way LeBron's been playing in this game is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, LeBron right now, he's got 30 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds with 5:41 left in the game. That guy's 40 years old, bro. He's averaging 24 a game, 9 assists, 38% from 3, 51% from the floor, and he's got like 8 rebounds a game. It's absolutely ridiculous. Um, but yeah, guys, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for the show here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we got is hot. I'm your host, Zach Jackson. My co-host, Irv, will be back on Recap Monday, We'll see you guys then. This is season 6, episode number 27. We'll catch you guys on a Monday for season 6, episode number 28 on Recap Monday. Peace out.